A few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto from where we had kept it, yes, where had they kept it? They had kept it in securely in a closet, right? That opened into the bedroom wall of my room. Excuse me, dear students, today I have a bad throat, coarse throat, so I'll have to clear my throat over and again. So please ignore. And I came back to release Toto. We came back to release Toto. We found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper, this also had been done actually. Still, I read it with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather. Now stood out as naked brick and plaster. The peg in the wall had been wrenched from its socket, wrenched also, I told you, twisted when applied force in opposite direction, and my school blazer, which had been hanging there, was, I found the blazer in shreds, in pieces, was totally torn out. I wondered what grandmother would say at that, but grandfather did not worry. He seemed pleased with Toto's performance. He really liked the craziness of the monkey. A monkey has to be but crazy. He's clever, said grandfather. Given time, I'm sure he could have tied the torn pieces of your blazer into a rope and made his escape from the window. Now, one thing was very, very clear from this instance, that the monkey was very clever, very smart, along with being mischievous, and they could perceive, they could estimate it. Yes, it was very, very apparent that the next move of the monkey, had they not come here in time, he would definitely make the torn pieces into a rigging or a rope to climb down through the window. That might have been his plan. So his presence in the house is still a secret. No one else than me and my grandfather knew about the presence of my baby monkey Toto. Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarters. Yes, now from closet drawer where he performed his first mischief, he was transferred into a big cage. I'm sorry, in the servants' quarters where the servants live, where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociably and amiably together, like a tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel. Tame squirrel means uh, now what is the meaning of the word tame first of all? Sorry. Yeah. Tame means controlled. Okay. So this is a controlled, regulated squirrel, pet squirrel you may say. A tame squirrel, and for a while my pet goat. So these are the animals already there. But the monkey would not allow any of his companions to sleep at night. He was so mischievous, so naughty. So he would always be engaged in one or the other activity. He hardly slept, and nor would he allow other animals to sleep. So grandfather, who had to leave Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saharanpur, he decided to take the monkey along because grandfather was almost certain that he would create a ruckus in the house, a complete commotion in the house, and everyone will come to know of his presence before he returns. Therefore, grandfather decided to take the monkey along. Now, there were problems taking the monkey along with him. What was the problem? Unfortunately, I could not accompany grandfather on that trip. Now, the narrator is showing his sadness about it, that he could not go along with the father on that trip to Dehradun. Let me remind you, father was to go to Dehradun to collect his pension in Saharanpur. Saharanpur falls somewhere in Dehradun. So unfortunately, I could not go along with the grandfather, but he told me about it afterwards, not before he went there, but later he told me that he took the monkey along. Probably he did not tell me at all about his trip to Dehradun, that he was going there. He told me once he came back, and I felt really bad and upset about it. A big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto. So the plan was to take Toto along, but he could not, grandfather could not carry the animal in his hands at station or elsewhere because animals are not allowed. So therefore, he took a big black canvas. Canvas is a kind of cloth, a strong cloth that is used to make tents and bags, right? So a big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto. This with some straw at the bottom. Straw is dry grass, dear students. So some they kept some straw dry grass at the bottom of the bag, and that became his new abode. Abode is place of living. Means the bag became his new place of living, dwelling. When the bag was closed, there was no escape, there was no possibility for the monkey to escape. Toto could not get his hands through the opening, and the canvas was too strong for him to bite like he bit the blazer the other day. So he could not bite through the bag also because the cloth was very strong, canvas it was. So his efforts to get out only had the effect of making the bag roll about on the floor or occasionally jump into the air. He was doing all this scrambling, scratching inside, making desperate attempts to come out of the bag, sometimes rolling inside the bag and occasionally jumping into the air. And that display, that movement into the bag attracted a curious crowd of onlookers. Those who were looking at the bag, people around, they felt curious about what was inside the bag as the bag was moving on its own, as if someone is fighting to come out of the bag. So on Dehradun railway station, people got attracted towards the bag. So bag became the focus of attraction as the monkey was doing its maneuvers inside the bag. Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile, now this is to be noted what is turnstile. Turnstile is a door that you must have seen at the entrance of parks. The four-way, like I show you here, is given in notes. This, dear students, this is turnstile door. You must have seen it at the entrance of parks. A mechanical gate consisting of revolving horizontal arms fixed to a vertical post, allowing only one person at a time to pass through. Right? Okay, let me take you back there. Yeah, okay. So Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile, Toto suddenly poked his head out. Somehow he made his way through the opening and he popped his head out of the bag and gave the ticket collector a wide grin. Grin means smile. He smiled at the ticket collector. And the poor man, the ticket collector, was taken aback. To be taken aback means to be utterly surprised, okay, and astonished. He was totally astonished. He had not expected such a thing. He was not prepared to meet a monkey there all of a sudden out of the bag. But with great presence of mind and much to grandfather's annoyance, annoyance means anger and irritation, he said, "Sir, you have a dog with you. You will have to pay for it accordingly." This is what the ticket collector said. Grandfather was annoyed, not that he spotted the animal he was carrying along. He was annoyed because he recognized the animal wrong. He recognized, he claimed his monkey to be dog. So that's why he was annoyed. So in vain means resultless, uselessly did grandfather take Toto out of the bag. In vain did he try to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog. It was no use, or even as a quadruped. Quadruped is an animal having four legs, right? Toto was classified a dog by the ticket collector, and grandfather could not get out of this. He was still feeling bad about it. And 3 rupees was the sum handed over as his fare. 3 rupees were handed for for Toto's fare. Then grandfather, just to get his own back, took from his pocket our pet tortoise and said, "What must I pay for this since you charge for all the animals?" Yes, he was carrying along the tortoise as well. The tortoise was pretty small. It could be kept inside the pocket as well. As grandfather was annoyed, so he produced that tortoise out of the pocket as well and asked if he had to pay for this animal as well. Means grandfather was against the idea of charging for animals, at least especially when they are not occupying a seat. So this was unjust. So the ticket collector looked closely at the tortoise, prodded it with his forefinger. Prodded means market. Prodded means to push something very gently with a pointed finger. Okay, so he prodded on the back of the animal with his forefinger and gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look. Triumphant look means as if you have won something. This is called triumphant. Victorious, you may say. So he gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look as if he has won. Won in what? In spotting the animal out. And said, no charge. No charge. It's not a dog. We charge only for dogs. Now next page you see this picture will help you a lot. You can see the monkey popping out of the bag there, right? Let me see the time, dear students. It's 14 minutes. Still we have 5 to 6 minutes left. We can cover up some 3 4 more paragraphs. When Toto was finally accepted by a grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable, where he had for a companion the family donkey. Yes, they were keeping a donkey as well, and donkey was Nana. So he was given a place in the stable. Stable is actually a place where horses are kept. But there they had kept a donkey. Donkey is also a breed of horses. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if everything was okay and if Toto was comfortable, and more importantly, if Nana was comfortable. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause pulling at her halter. Yes, there you see halter. What is the meaning of halter? Is a set of straps that is put around an animal to keep it tied to a peg or something, right? So Nana was pulling at her halter. Yes, Nana was a female donkey, mule, and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. The reason was still unknown. Hay also is dry grass that is used as fodder for animals, food for animals. Grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches. Haunches is the upper part of the leg, dear students, right? And she jerked back. Jerk is a sudden quick or pull, is jerk. And she, Miss Nana, she jerked back, dragging Toto with her. Actually, he had fastened onto her long ears. Toto had tied himself up onto the long ears of Nana with his sharp little teeth. You see how mischievous the monkey is? Means he was gripping Nana's ears with his teeth. You can understand how painful it must be for poor Nana. Toto and Nana never became friends, they were always enemies or rivals. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for his bath. Yes, Toto would like, especially during cold winter evenings, warm water that was given by grandmother for his bath. He would cunningly test the temperature, yes, very smartly, in a way of selfishness also you can say cunningly, yes, for in care for himself. He would cunningly test the temperature first with his hands before pouring the water or getting into the water, then gradually step into the bath, first one foot and then the other foot, as he had seen me doing. Yes. So the grandmother, the water that she provided for my bath, I would share it with Toto. and Toto would imitate me in bathing himself until he was into the water up to his neck. So as monkeys are copy cats, not cats, I should not use the word. They are very good at imitation. It is time, dear students. I'll have to stop it here only. Let me mark it. So let me flash myself up on the screen before we end up this today's meeting. So this is about today's class. I hope you are liking the chapter. It's very, very amusing, obviously. So I see you tomorrow covering the remaining part of the story. Thank you and have a nice day. I urge you all to stay home and stay secure.